Hello, good evening, Sergeants. My name is Specialist Romberg. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about leadership styles. On the next slide, I would like you to see a quote that is very descriptive for me of a leader. Slide, please. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the equality of his actions and the integrity of his intent. That was said by General Douglas MacArthur. Next slide, please. Tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about the four main leadership styles. Here we're looking at a slide with the four main styles that we're going to be talking about. Alongside of them are some names and pictures of a couple of people that are associated to each of those styles. First one I'm going to talk about is General Norman H. Schwarzkopf. He's known for being a transactional leader. He was also known as the commander of all coalition forces for Desert Shield and for Desert Storm. Next, we're going to talk about his transformational leadership. We have Nelson Mandela. He was known for being the man that brought down the apartheid government as the leader of the ANC. He is seen as being one of history's most inspirational figures. Next, we have President Abraham Lincoln. We got him on here for the servant leadership style. He was the 16th president of the United States and is best known for preserving the Union and bringing an end to slavery. Last but not least, we have the autocratic style, in which we have Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. He took and executed his plans appropriately to create America's most successful multinational technology corporation. Next slide, please. Now let's take a little bit of a deeper look into leadership styles themselves. Here we have a few traits of them. First, we have, for the transactional leadership style, we have short-term goals. This portion is for something that needs to be done in the near future. That can be in the moment, the day, the week, the month, or even the year. For this type is best known for trying to accomplish sooner rather than later. Next we have, for the style, favors the structures and policies and procedures. For this, leaders like things to be laid out on a simple plan to follow, clear and precise information to be able to put into a plan of action. That leads us to tends to be inflexible. This means that once a decision, a plan, or an order is made, then it is most likely that that person will not deviate from that plan or purpose, which also leads us now to oppose to change. Once a procedure or policy has been put into effect, that person is less likely to listen to advice on any type of change from the original statement. It would most likely take a strong stance against it unless it was coming from a higher echelon. Next slide, please. Here are some characteristics of the transformational leadership style. Now keep in mind, there are a lot more traits to all of these leadership styles than what's being listed on here. I'm just kind of touching bases on a few of them. The transformational style is the first point. This style is, let's start off with internal motivation and self-management. These leaders find motivation from within and use that as the driving force to effectively manage the direction for the best desired outcome of the organization. The ability to make difficult decisions are part of being a leader. The transformational leader tends not to back away or put off tough decisions. They tend to find that difficult decisions are made easier when they align with clearly defined visions, values, goals, and objectives. With this in mind, some may think that an ego may be an issue, but not with this style. Stating the next point. When placed in a position of power, it's easy to let your ego get the best of you. But for transformational leaders, they keep theirs in check and do not let it get in the way of doing what's best for the organization. They see that when the organization succeeds, so would themselves as leaders. And last but not least, these leaders are willing to take the right risks. Yes, anyone could take a risk, but the transformational leader, they take calculated risks that are more often than not a result in a positive outcome. Trusting in their instinct as well as in their team to gather the necessary information when taking the time to research and evaluate and inform while also collecting the information from those around them. Next slide, please. The servant leadership style places the needs of others first, and at the same time remains focused on the result or mission of the team and the organization. A big part of that is being empathetic. It is also a big part of this leadership style in the ability to listen, understand what others feel, and to be able to see things from their point of view. Stewardship is the basis of most military leaders and falls under the servant leadership for the reason of it being the duty of all soldiers. Because of those who care for others and ensures that the organization remains trusted today and in the future. And the last topic for this style that I'm going to address is community building. This is used to create or enhance the organization while utilizing common interests for the continuation of growth of the organization, to build from within whether it's a team, a squad, a platoon, or even a company element. Building a community is very, very important. Next slide, please. And this brings us to the autocratic style. It is a very straightforward and to the point style. Most leaders within this style will dictate policies and procedures and typically make choices based on their ideas and judgments and rarely accept advice from others. When it comes to the what and how goals are achieved, they are the ones that make the who, the what, the when, the why, and the where, and usually also the direction in which it leads. They tend to be the deciding factor in most cases. And this is when it's needed the most. Because of this style, this leader is most appropriate. When there's no time for explanation, this makes them able to communicate effectively and make decisions with little to no error. This is very effective when an immediate action is needed. Next slide, please. Effective leadership is an essential and important managerial function. To help maximize efficiency and reach organizational goals, the main principles of leadership to include all of the above leadership styles in the Army is loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage, also known better as the Army core values. With saying that, I leave you with only one question. What kind of leadership style fits you? This would be my question and answer section. The next slide, please. Thank you for your time and your attention, Sergeants. Have a great and wonderful evening. Thank you very much.